What we are looking for on gold is that this is the 4 hour time frame, so we are very very bearish on gold. We are bearish on gold, and yeah, so we are still bearish on gold until we break above this here. Until this place failed, we are still bearish on gold. So now what I'm looking to do here is we have this break of structure here, and this is the POI that was responsible for breaking that structure. So that's the point of interest that I will be looking for gold to get back into this coming week, and we'll be looking for confirmation here to sell, targeting these lows here, hopefully. So that's what I'm doing. That's the 4 hour time frame, and this right here, this is the liquidity that validates that area as an inducement. Sorry. So this is the liquidity for that area. So this is the liquidity for that area right here. This right here is the liquidity for that area. So when we get back here, I'll be dropping down to the lower time frame to get a market structure shift on the 15-minute time frame to get into the sell. And essentially, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to either do this, come here, then have a market structure shift, then we'll start selling, and here will be the draw on liquidity. This low right here is going to be the low that we are going to be targeting. Indra, so this low right here is going to be the low that we are going to be targeting. Indra, how are you doing? So that's it on gold. That's the um analysis on gold. That's the pre-market analysis on gold. Let's look at the other pairs that we trade. Let's get on GBP JPY. But on gold, let me look at the this is the 4 hour time frame. Let's look at the 1 hour and see if we can get something more. If we can get something more on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, we have this so this right here, we have this break of structure here, right here. This break of structure is a break of structure that was responsible for pushing price up. It's essentially this is where price is coming at. So we'll be going, we have this break of structure that was responsible for this, and we have another mini break of structure here, another double break of structure inside this. So since this is an area where I'm looking for, I might be looking for this area, this other block right here. I'll look for price to get into it and push me to this upside before I eventually start selling. So this 1 hour order block right here, let me turn that into this 1 hour order block right here. This is going to be an order block that I'm going to be using, because we have a break of structure here, we have another break of structure here. Even though this break of structure is an internal range break of structure, but it is aligned with what we want the market to come and do. So we would take this position here once we have confirmation, having this high as our target, and when we get here, we are going to be looking to get a market structure shift on 15-minute time frame to get down to this low. So that's the 1 hour analysis. Now let's look at the 15 minute if we can have better structure. So on the 15 minutes, this POI is still our best POI. So this is still our best POI right here. And that's what we'll be looking at to push price to the upside here. So that will be the analysis on gold. That's what we are looking at on gold. So let's go to GBP JPY at the 4 hour time frame. So GBP JPY is very very chubby right now. It's very very chubby. But what I know is that the this pair is bullish on the 4 hour time frame. Let's check the daily, because last week it was just ranging and everything. So let's check the daily. And the daily, we have this on the daily, we have high, we have this, we have a low, right? We have a low, a high, higher low, higher higher low, and we fail to make a higher high around there, meaning there is a resistance around this area. So What I'll be looking for is I'll be looking for price to break this area right here. This yellow line that I mark out, I'll be looking for price to break that. This is the daily this analysis, but I'll be looking for market to break that before I have to create a new higher high. Then we'll have a retracement before we start going up. So this is the daily analysis. So, but on a daily analysis, the last day candle closed bearish, indicating that we have a bearish momentum in the market. So let's get to the 4 hour and see if we can have another thing on the 4 hour. What do you have on the 4 hour? On the 4 hour, so on the 4 hour, we have this bullish structure here. We have high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But after this high now, we failed to make another higher high. As you can see, the market came up, failed to make another high. We have this area serving as a resistance. So this is a 4 hour resistance area because it was responsible for breaking the structure. This is another block that was responsible for breaking the structure. So we have this area serving as resistance, but we are failing to break to make a new higher high on the external range structure here, meaning there is a resistance around here. We have a resistance around here, and that resistance is going to be in form of this other block right here. There's an other block that's resisting price here. There is an other block that is resisting price, so that is serving as our order block on the 4 hour time frame. So we have a resistance around this area. So that's what we have on the 4 hour time frame. We have a resistance around this area, we have a resistance around this area, and these areas they are lower time frame resistance. Let me remove that because now we've established a resistance here, another resistance here. So this is a range where we'll be trading from. And let's get to the 1 hour time frame or the 2 hour time frame and see what condition we have. This is 2 hour. Let's get to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, what is the current trend on the 1 hour right here? So on the 1 hour, we can see that this pair is consolidating. We have a whole lot of consolidating around this GBP USD right here. You can see this pair is consolidating. So there's no clean movement from this particular pair right here. This particular pair is consolidating, but we have this right here. We have a break of structure here inside the consolidating. We have a break of structure here, right? And we have this other block right here that is currently pushing this price down. But I'm not sure that alone is enough for us to to start going down, because if price is rejecting from here, the next area that we are expecting a rejection from is going to be here. So until we break this low right here, then that's when we have a market structure shift here. But until we break this low, have a proper break of structure, that's when we start selling, and we'll be looking to take profit around here. We'll be looking for price to get here before we have another valid resistance. But right now, price is currently resisting around this area, so meaning price is pushing to this side. Do you know why the consolidation is happening? I have no clue. So meaning price is pushing from here and we are going down here. So if we open on Monday, we might expect price to go up, find resistance, but I will not be selling this pair until it breaks here. Once we break this low right here, that's when I will be selling this pair, and this will be my draw. This will be my bias. This will be where I'm looking to get price into, and I'll just look for ways to scale in on the lower time frame. So that's it on the GBP JPY. And crude oil, like I don't think crude oil is not like it's not something that I'm going to be analyzed. It's not something I'm going to be trading. Let's get into USD JPY. So let's start from the daily on USD JPY. So USD JPY is really really bullish. It's very very bullish. It's freaking bullish on the daily. It's freaking bullish. So we've established that on the daily. Let's get to the 4 hour and see what the hell is going on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour also, we just broke this high right here, and we have this other block right here on the 4 hour that's going to serve as a resistance if price should get back there, because this other block is already responsible for pushing price to the upside. We already have a push to the upside from that other block. Let me zoom in properly so we can all see it clearly. So this other block right here is already responsible for sweeping all these highs. You can see price came back into there and we resist from here there. So that will be an area where I will be looking to, for market to continue resisting from, or if we should push and break below here, then we'll be looking to come and sweep all this liquidity that is on this low right here. So USDJPY on the 4 hour we are bullish. We've established our order block. Let's get to the 1 hour and see what we can see on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour is still the same thing. On the 1 hour is still the same thing. We have our order block on the 1 hour, and if we want to draw it down more, we'll be having this last candle, the one that was responsible for breaking this structure here. So we'll be having this candle, this last candle, the one that was responsible for breaking this structure, and this pullback is going to be the liquidity trap. It's going to be our inducement for this particular order block. So what we are looking for is we are looking for price to come back, and we are looking to start buying from here. So when we get buying from here, we are going to have confirmation from here. Do you do Yeah, yeah, I use fundamental analysis also. I use fundamental analysis also. So, but fundamental analysis, I use it to get into trades live. So that's just it. So that's it on the on USDJPY. That's what we'll be looking for to do on USDJPY, and on the on GBP share. GBP USD is very bearish on the daily. If you see it from the daily from here, you can see we are in a bearish momentum and we are yet to break any high. And see the last day candle, very very bearish. So let's say this will be our draw on liquidity for now. This low right here is where we are looking for price to come and take out. So that will be our draw on liquidity on the daily. And let's get to the 4 hour and see the proper structure that we have on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, we have this right here that was responsible for pushing price down. So currently price is going down, and if we should want to mark a support area, it's going to be this other block right here. That's going to be used as our support if price is going to go back there. So we are very bearish on this thing. We are bearish on the GBP USD. I'm bearish on GBP USD, and this right here is going to be my draw on liquidity. But right now, there's something that we should pay attention to. This is a previous resistance area. This is a previous resistance area right here, and price is currently inside that place. So it's very very tricky because this place was responsible for breaking this structure, and it was also responsible for breaking this structure right here. You can see we broke structure here, so that's a very very tricky place to be. But you can see the momentum right here. Price is not slowing down. Price is looking to run through it and come and take out this low. So we will be looking to position ourselves. Let's get into the 1 hour time frame and see if we are going to have a very clear positioning. So on the 1 hour, this place is still the ideal. This thing is still the ideal point of interest. The thing that we can do is that we can just wait till price break below here before we get in. But if price should break below here, our draw on liquidity is very very close. So our hand is very very tight on this. But regardless, we are still going to find our way to get inside. So that's going to be the pre-market analysis for this week. And next week we'll do the review and see how well we perform on that. So that's it.